Today I thought we would compare two of the more affordable tablets out there with the new Idea Tab by Lenovo and the Galaxy Tab A9 Plus by Samsung. So which one of these is the better value? Well, let's talk about it. Both of these are actually pretty affordable, right around $200 or less, depending on if they're on sale or not. One advantage for Lenovo is it starts with 8 gigabytes of RAM versus only 4 for Samsung. Lenovo also starts with 128 gigabytes of storage versus 64 gigabytes for Samsung. There is an 8 gigabytes of RAM version for Samsung, but of course at an extra cost. Both of these also take a micro SD card, up to 2 terabytes for Lenovo, 1 terabyte for Samsung. I feel like build quality is actually pretty decent considering the price of these two. I think Lenovo probably looks a little more modern, where Samsung feels like it's a little more dated now, but not bad for tablets in this category really. Now, as far as the display sizes go, both of these are right at 11 inches. And really, when you put these two next to each other, they're actually very similar, even though Lenovo is using an IPS LCD display versus TFT on Samsung. I'm not sure if it's because of the brightness for Samsung, but they really are very similar. Not the best viewing angles, but when you're looking directly at them, they're probably gonna look good enough for most people that are looking for tablets at this price. Both of these are 90 Hz refresh rate as well. The one advantage for Lenovo is it's a little higher resolution at 2650 by 1600 versus 1920 by 1200 for Samsung. Not a huge surprise, but both of these actually have the same size 7040 milliamp hour battery, and in my typical battery drain test at 100% screen brightness, Lenovo lasted about 6.5 hours versus 6 hours for Samsung. Pretty similar battery life. You should be able to get a couple days with mixed use, even longer if you turn the screen brightness down. Slightly faster charging with Lenovo at 20 watts versus 15 watts for Samsung. As far as software goes, both of these are on Android 15. Usually you're going to get longer software support with Samsung, and in this case you get 4 years major software updates, 5 years security updates. For the Tab A9 Plus, you get 2 years of software updates on Lenovo with 4 years of security updates. Keep in mind though, the Galaxy Tab A9 Plus is already 2 years old, so it's probably going to be even closer on how many years of software support is left. Even though these are more entry-level tablets, you still get Samsung DeX on the Galaxy Tab. You've got PC mode on the Idea Tab. If you want to be a little more productive, you can also do split screen and floating windows on both of these. One advantage for Lenovo is they have the pen included, where this is one of the few Samsung tablets that doesn't work with the S Pen, unfortunately. So definitely something to keep in mind. As far as performance goes, you got a MediaTek Dimensity 6300 for Lenovo versus Snapdragon 695 in the Galaxy Tab. Neither one of these is going to be the most powerful tablet out there. As you can see by the benchmark results, they're actually pretty similar. Again, one advantage for Lenovo is it starts with 8 gigabytes of RAM versus only 4 for the A9 Plus. I feel like you can do some light gaming on both of these. Obviously, they're going to be on lower frame rates and graphics settings, but not bad considering the price. As far as speakers go, kind of surprising, but you've got a quad speaker setup on both of these tablets, something you don't normally get on some of the more expensive tablets. I think both of these are pretty nice and loud with decent sound quality. Here's a quick sample of each to see if you can hear a difference between the two. Now when it comes to cameras on tablets, usually they're not that good. And that's the case with these. You got an 8 megapixel on the back for both, 5 megapixel on the front of both, and up to 1080p resolution for video recording. Personally, I think you'll get better results just using your cell phone compared to most tablets, especially these. But here's a few quick samples just to give you an idea of how they compare. I think you would go with Lenovo if you just want a little higher resolution for the screen, slightly faster charging, and you want the stylus or pen included. But I could see a lot of people going with the Galaxy Tab A9 Plus if you're just more familiar with Samsung software and you like some of the features like Samsung DeX. Not to mention Samsung's usually a little more reliable on software updates, and I feel like the software is usually smoother than what you're going to get on Lenovo, at least in my experience. But also keep in mind, if you're leaning towards Samsung, I might wait a little bit for the Galaxy Tab A11 or A11 Plus. That should be available here soon because you'll get even longer software updates. But if you like tablets, phones, and other tech, I've got a lot more stuff that I'm working on. I try to get at least 3 videos out each week, so you'll want to keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.